It was a bright day, more humid than the day before, and she was coming to regret wearing jeans. Cute jeans, nonetheless, but too heavy for the weather. She was thinking about going back to her hotel and changing before she headed over to see Mo Gunn, when she caught sight of a black, unmarked Ford Edge heading back to the yard. She just caught it out of her periphery, not paying any attention to it, until someone yelled at her.
"Hey!"
She turned to see that Beau had pulled up alongside her. He was in the middle of the street, looking over at her with both pleasure and surprise. Lucy definitely saw the pleasure part, and her heart leaped just a bit. She was pleased to see him, too. "Hey yourself," she said with a grin, coming off the curb and walking out into the street where he'd stopped his car. "What a coincidence. I was just coming to see you." He flashed a smile. "Really?" he said, suddenly looking at his reflection in the rearview mirror. "Damn, I wish I'd combed my hair." She laughed softly. "You look fine." "I should have brushed my teeth, too." "That's just gross." He laughed because she did. "I'm kidding," he said, his gaze moving over her, but trying to pretend like it wasn't. "What can I do for you that you drive all the way over here?" Lucy's smile faded. "Well," she said, "it's kind of complicated. I need help, and I didn't know who to turn to, so I thought I'd ask you." He nodded his head. "Have you eaten breakfast yet?" "No," she lied. He motioned to her. "Get in." She did, and off they went. I don't even know where to begin with this. Lucy sat opposite Beau in the front window of a diner at the edge of town. They just ordered 2 massive breakfasts, and she had no idea how she was going to eat any more food. But it didn't matter. She had Beau's attention, and she actually felt quite emotional about what she was about to say to him. She'd been planning her speech all the way over to Charleston, but now that the moment was here, her courage wavered. Was she doing the right thing? Second thoughts pulled at her. "Start at the beginning," Beau said, as the waitress brought them 2 big cups of strong coffee. "Tell me what brings you all the way over to Charleston." Lucy waited until the waitress wandered away. "It's funny," she said, puffing out her cheeks in a gesture of determination. "I had it all laid out, what I wanted to say, and now it's just not coming to me. I'm usually much more articulate than this." He cocked an eyebrow. "Don't kid yourself," he said. "You're one of the most articulate people I've ever seen. You must be hell in a courtroom." She grinned. "How would you know that?" He poured sugar into his coffee. "It's my job to be a trained observer," he said. "You and I had a good conversation last night. I can tell that you're a woman who says what she means." That statement bolstered her courage. "That's true," she said. Then she took a deep breath. "Okay, so here goes. Our families have a history together, as we figured out last night. I think that really links you and me more than if I just met a cousin I never knew about. There's some kind of weird bond between the Hembry and Meade families that defies explanation. Do you get that sense too?" He sipped at his coffee. "Yes," he said. "I've always gotten that sense. Like our families are partners in crime." "That's exactly what it's like." She watched him stir his coffee to cool it down. "I don't want to say we're family, but it's almost like that." He nodded. "I never thought of it that way, but you're right. We share a lot of the same history." More hesitation from Lucy. "Well, here goes," she finally said. "Up until last night, I didn't know you from Adam, but I have to find out a few things, and that means I have to trust you. I have to swear you to secrecy on this, Sheriff. Will you do that for me?" He nodded. "I will, under one condition." "What's that?" "That you call me Beau."